Greetings, family. Thank you for always coming to watch our videos. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you are new in this channel, please subscribe so that we can, grow as a family. We're almost at that 13,000. And when we grow, our main goal is to pull you so that you can come and help us spearhead the development of Africa. Wake up, guys. Invest in Africa. We know some of you are in the diaspora and would like to relocate somewhere in Africa, Burkina Faso, if not the East Africa or the South Africa, and invest and raise your family from there. That is always the dream of most of our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. Like, we want to leave they call it Babylon. We want to leave Babylon, come home to a home where we feel accepted, to a home where the system is working and not people stealing from the poor, not people being used as puppets by other countries. And Burkina Faso has been one of those countries where we want to emulate, And right now, we saw just 1 day or 2 days ago, we saw Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov visiting Burkina Faso. And what he did, because there's been a lot of good cooperation between Russia and Burkina Faso in terms of security-wise. We've seen them receiving a lot of weapons from Russia to support in fighting Western-backed terrorists, like the three duo, the three guys say, the trio. And we've seen them fighting these guys head and tooth. And what he said, Sergei Lavrov announced on Wednesday an increase in the number of Russian military instructors in Burkina Faso. He said, "We will increase the number of instructors who work here and who help you train your specialists." That is wonderful news, because what Ibrahim Traore said is, these guys will come, train, then leave. We are not having military bases like Russia military bases. No, it's just training. After we train, we fight. We fight by our own selves. And Russia is also planning to supply additional military equipment to Burkina Faso to strengthen the country's defense. And there were several statements that came after that with the Prime Minister of the Foreign Minister of Russia. He said that Russia also plans to increase the number of military instructions in Burkina. He noted that the remaining terrorist hotbed in the Sahelian country, that is Burkina, will be eliminated with the Russian Burkina Bay Cooperation. He also said that Burkina Faso plans to consolidate its relations with Russia, including in terms of security. Burkina Faso Energy Minister will hold talks with the Russia Rosatom Corporation in the sidelines of the SPIEF, that is St. Petersburg International Economic Forum, to discuss cooperation in the nuclear sector. And I can confirm that a day later, we saw Burkina Faso signing 3 cooperation memoranda with Russian civil nuclear giants, that is Rosatom. So the event took place as part of the ongoing SPIEF, and the documents were signed by the Rosatom CEO Alexei Likachev and Burkina Faso Minister of Energy and Mines Yakuba Zabre-Guba. The final one is cooperation with Russia in energy sector is a priority, and Moscow appreciates Burkina Faso President's objective position on the situation around Ukraine. We don't talk too much about that, but those are the benefits which are coming. And we also saw the minister saying that Burkina Faso is expecting Russia to launch construction of a nuclear power plant in the country in 2025. Some countries in Africa started talking about it way like 10 years ago, and they are talking about 2030, 2027. It might never happen. But in 2025, that is next year, we'll be seeing the start of the construction of a nuclear power station in Burkina. So 1 or 2 years later, we'll see Burkina being energy independent. Allah will be relocating to Burkina. So about Russian instructors, and this comes because we have our brothers and sisters who keep on asking, why are these countries moving from one colonialist to another, like one slave master to another. But the thing is, we have not seen this guy as a slave master. That one is a slave master, no benefits. This one, whether he's a master or whatever, we are seeing benefits. So the Russians instructors, these guys will come to strengthen the capacities of Burkina soldiers who have to defend Burkina Faso themselves. That is what Burkina Faso said. So Burkina has customs warriors and soldiers who know what they are doing, even if they sometimes lack certain skills. That's what these instructors will do. And Putin understood that the president of Burkina, Ibrahim Traore, was sincere in his commitment, which is why he made it easier for him to acquire weapons to fight the evil that has been acting away at Burkina Faso for more than 10 years. Imagine 10 years and you're talking about another master who supports these guys. So it's wonderful for this. I think for Burkina Faso, this is good. This is good.
Let us not forget that under French rule, Burkina Faso did not have equipment, ammunition. I think they had 15 for the whole army.
They
Well,
had
how many
200 guns.
200
For
guns,
the whole
vehicles for
country.
the whole army, and it's a country where there's a lot of terrorists, and you want to tell me only 200 guns. Like, what is the army made? How many soldiers does the army
Of course,
consist
they
of?
are a lot.
So, do you want to tell me one would shoot and then give the next one, hey, take over? Like, how did it
Then
even
it's
work?
crazy because if you have, and he was talking about they are very old, like very old. They are very old, like we talk about 1970. And the people you're fighting with have new weapons,
Modern.
like modern.
Hey,
They have drones. Actually, I saw they even have like things which are able to block the drone. When you are moving the drone, they block
blocks
it,
it.
so it falls down. You cannot control it.
Now that was under the French rule. And then, for president to have continued that kind of agreement with the impact of continued colonization, you even wonder, are these people thinking straight with their heads?
The puppets.
For Traore to have seized power under those conditions, I still salute you, Captain, because there's no way that you could have been able to do that with only limited technologies. Your fellow soldiers are not even trained to the best way that they can defend themselves. Like, if France was to just put in their army, they'd finish them in a second. And for Traore to say, I am trusting in you guys, let us do this, we need to seize power, because if we don't do this thing, nobody else will do it. If we die, we die. At least we have tried. And for it to be a success right now, and for Traore to say, I'm moving now to look at partners who are willing to help me improve on our skills, on our technology, on everything that will be good for our citizens. Right now, when they are killing terrorists, they are labeled as civilians, being shot, being dead. I mean, Human Rights Watch just the other day wrote a report that it's very, what do you call it?
Demeaning.
It's
Like
very
they are
demeaning
killing
to Traore's government when they've really tried their best to work under the
How do they
circumstances.
differentiate between civilians and terrorists? Because these terrorists are also civilians.
Yeah, and they are well equipped to
So
fight your own people. In Traore, we salute you, Captain. We know that this is going to be this is going to be also done in Niger, in Mali, because most of the times when they move, when one of the ES countries does a certain move, we only wait for a few days for it to be.
some like Mali don't even talk about it. You
Yeah,
only happen to realize
exactly.
it's happening.
Yeah, but we love the fact that Traore always has to announce the moves that he's doing, and their people are always aware of what kind of developments are going to take place or are taking place, and the kind of equipment that is now being brought into their countries. Russia has been that brother that has really helped Burkina Faso to improve tremendously in terms of
I hope
military,
they don't
in
change.
terms of economic growth, in terms of, I mean, almost every sector that Russia is impacting Burkina Faso with, it's a positive impact. And we do hope that once they're done with their mission, we won't now have commotions for them to start saying, you know what, let us stay a little bit longer, because that is where the trouble now begins.
Brothers and sisters, let us know what you think about this deal with Russia. We know there are more deals behind the scenes, and we know Traore doesn't mince his work. He doesn't make shady deals. If you'd like to support us, we have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. Thank you so much for your continued support. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.